Okay, as you know, in the industry, we have a recurrent problem, a never-ending problem, which is how can we make customers, prospects choose our hotels as opposed to other hotels, and not just the OTAs. And as you know, I also wrote an article, which is one of my favorite articles, not because I wrote, but because the topic is super interesting to me, which is all related to branding. And the article was about a famous marketing book, which is Blue Ocean Strategy. And the article was specifically Blue Ocean Strategy for hotels. Essentially, Blue Ocean as opposed to Red Ocean. Red Ocean is where all hotels are. Red Ocean, red because it's the color of the blood. So essentially, it's where we all compete. All right. And by the way, the hotellerie is probably the reddest ocean of all industry. As opposed to that, a blue ocean, meaning that no matter what your pricing point is, actually you're so unique that you can afford to even boost your pricing, and you're going to be chosen anyway because you are perceived as unique in the eyes of the customer. Now, I wanted to know from you, how do you deal with such a situation? So with the original problem, how do you stand up, and how can a tool in this case support the main problem, the main topic of making customer choose your hotel, my hotel, as opposed to any other hotel in the market?
Yeah, I think what you said, a very valuable and challenging problem. And I think it starts with the point of purchase. I mean, when you think about retailing, where do you buy a product in general is already where it starts, and it's very important. Even before that, I'm not suggesting this is a customer journey starts only at purchase, of course not. But the purchase experience on the moment there is critical, I think, to elevate, blue ocean strategy in our industry. Giving you an example, I mean, if you think when I want to book something, a hotel room, etc., when I go to an OTA, the value proposition I get there is I can compare every hotel very easily. So the comparability is there. And that's the reason why I would go to an OTA. I mean, I see lots of options and I can compare them and I can pick the one I want. Now, when you think in contrast, maybe a travel agent, right? A travel agent I would go to if I really want a personalized experience. In particular, maybe I'm going for a niche experience, like I want an African tour, special safari with 4 kids and blah. So maybe then an OTA wouldn't be the right choice. I'm going to a specialist who can help me guiding through that. And I think the hotels haven't found a way, what's their value contribution at the point of purchase? And I think for me, that's an obvious thing. It's just that we couldn't do it until now, because they can control the inventory. They could allow them to pick their individual room and have them make them part of the experience when purchasing a stay or a hotel room. And the way how we've done that in our tool is actually, we give them 2 options here. We give them an option of saying, hey, customize your stay completely, choose the individual room or design your individual room according to the features which matter most to you. And then you pick the room you want to have and not just a standard room or suite, right? That's very important. And the other aspect of that is, because when you're, let's say, a more undecided traveler or functional traveler, functional meaning business trip or a day in and out, etc., we give you stay suggestions which are smart, which are powered by artificial intelligence, because it's all about the way how you structure data and how you then display that data again in front of the customer. And obviously our current technology systems, mainly used and dictated by the property management system of hotels, are holding us back to do that. They're not having the data structure to basically manage room attributes or features. The majority doesn't do that. And or it's just coming up, it's a new thing. But in reality, it's not possible yet. And I think this is how you can create really blue ocean, because if you think about that, every hotel is different or might be different, and you can display it in a different way. You just don't have the tools to do so. And I think if you can create a clear value contribution to your customer, which hotels were trying to do with loyalty programs as well. They're giving them a benefit or a reward if they book directly or if they become a loyalty member. This is just another way. If we clearly distinguish between our value contribution of booking direct, allowing them to really design their own room, to really give them added value to book direct without any price discounts, etc. I think there is where I see blue ocean strategy coming to life for the hotel industry?
Right, because we mentioned before, and we started talking of, so from the very beginning, we always talk about value and never about pricing. So finally, we are not considering pricing as a key decision factor in the booking process, because we are leveraging many other things that previously were not available essentially throughout the booking process. And especially, I guess, a solution like this is extremely powerful for independent hotels, in the sense that you mentioned before, hotels are all different from each other, but especially independent hotels. And independent hotels, in many cases, they all have so many different room types. Thinking again with the old structure of room types, but literally, physically and structurally, rooms may be so much different. So why don't we use that what has been actually a little bit of a pain point in the past, in the sense that many different rooms, we didn't want to create too many room types or two room categories, and therefore we ended up either with two room categories or anyway with a very limited number of room categories, but including many different rooms. So why instead can't we use this as a feature, as a benefit, meaning all the differences, the tiny little nuances that differ from each other in each and every room, as a benefit to offer additional value? I guess that this is really something that relates to a blue ocean, especially, of course, we're talking about the booking process only, not necessarily what happens before. But we all know that, especially in these times, the booking journey might have shrank in terms of booking window, meaning times, but has definitely get longer in terms of steps. Therefore, we have way more possibilities to showcase this feature and to actually leverage the value of showing them these features. So this is another great point.
I think you're just maybe taking it back even to comparing and contrasting it to other industries, right?
Right.
I think the purchase experience, the moment when you do the purchase, is completely underappreciated, I think, with many hotel operators, because it's just a side effect. You have a booking engine, yeah, plug it in or whatever. Nobody thinks about this. But if you think about how retailers or big companies like Apple do this, and to create value for the brand, they have flagship stores, right? Nike has a flagship store, which brings the entire experience and brand values to life, even at the point of purchase, and in particular at the point of purchase.
Right.
And they control the entire journey. Usually, as hotel operators, we don't do that. I mean, we have a website, but then there's a disconnect between the website and the actual purchasing of it. Right. There's no individualization. There's nothing which is different.
Just a mechanical process, right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and I think this is underappreciated, and I think there lies a big opportunity to focus more on the point of purchase, your website, and elevate that, and it increases an effect for the entire brand value and perception. I mean, that's the whole reason why big brands do flagship stores,
right? Mm-hmm.
Where they control the retail experience, and that elevates their brand perception. And we believe the opportunity here for hotels is having that complete personalization capability by debundling the room, by using artificial intelligence and new technology, a new system, to actually elevate their purchasing experience, which is non-comparable to any others, which is unique to them. And there we go with Blue Ocean, in my view.
Right, right.